Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we have another knife review. And this one is another classic, uh, or it's very popular. Most people have owned one of these, at least if you've been in the knife world for a while. Now, once again, just to reiterate, I am not a knife expert. I'm just a dude who likes knives, and I use them daily. So these are my opinions. And yeah, I'm not claiming to know everything about them, so I'm just kind of giving you a general person's ideas and thoughts on the knives. And the knife today is the Boker Kalishnikov push button auto. Sweet! Super cool knife. Now, for many of us, this was one of your first auto knives, just because it comes in at a very affordable price. And I'll throw that out right away. Is that you can find um, the basic models of this knife for around $40. So a $40 push button auto with really decent materials and construction, can't go wrong. So let's get into it. The overall length of the blade is 7.625 inches. The blade length is 3.25 inches. The cutting edge is 3 inches long. The thickness of the blade is 0.12 inches. The overall handle length is 4.375 inches long. The closed length is obviously then going to be 4.375 inches long as well. The handle thickness is a bit thick, but it's okay. It is 0.67 inches thick, and the overall weight of the knife is 3.7 ounces. So it's under that 4 ounce mark, which is a really sweet place to be. Um, I prefer not to carry anything over 3 ounces, and obviously from there on, I'd rather not carry it. But for under 4 ounces, it's pretty sweet. So, looking at the design, it is a spear point knife, kind of a dagger style. I'll tell you right now that this knife comes in a multitude of variations, from uh, drop point to spear point to clip point to, I think they just came out with the Bowie style knife. They have a Tonto Warncliffe style, which is pretty interesting. And that's just the blade shapes. I think they also have them with partial serrations as well. Then there's a multitude of colors. I haven't seen a knife with so many different colors. You can get, this is the desert sand color, so it has kind of a copper blade and then like a coyote brown handle. Um, you can get different coatings. You can get satin finishes, stone wash, smoke wash. They have like black finish, copper finish, I believe. They have like a painted on skull, so you get it more stylized. They have Damascus. And then as far as blade materials, they also have Os 8, Damascus steel, and then they have S30V variation of it. As far as handles goes, same thing. It's the overall same handle design. Comes in black, blue, red, green, um, copper, desert sand, coyote brown. What else? There's also a couple of different camos. There's like a real tree camo. There's uh, something that looks almost like a multicam. So tons of variations. If you want, I saw the biggest number of variations on Blade HQ. I didn't check around that much, but I'm sure you can find a number of other variations. There might even be some exclusive variations to specific sites as well. So just search and you will find. Whew, a lot just on that. So very customizable in a way, and very personal depending on what you like. So there's almost an option for everyone, and also it comes in a smaller size as well. So just so you know. So yeah, like I said, flat ground blade, Os 8. This is the spear point dagger style. Uh, the grind only comes partially to the back. I wish there was a choil. I love choils just for sharpening, but you still have a decent amount of cutting edge because it's a dagger style. Once you get past that peak, it'll then just uh, more or less fly through. So this would be a really good slicer design. There is some jimping on back, and it's really nice jimping. I actually like the jimping on this. They're very large jimping choils on there, and it just locks the hand in. So it's kind of aggressive, but it's very functional. The jimping's also continued into the handle. There are no thumb studs because this is an automatic knife. You fold it in. It locks with a plunge lock, and you push the button, and it flies out. Now, I've only owned a couple of different push button autos, and I have to say, out of all of them, this one is the snappiest. It just kicks out with authority, as my buddy Cram always says, and every time it's just like pop. So very nice, well done on the action, and it's very strong. So you definitely want to close it two-handed, because one-handed is kind of a struggle. All right, so moving into the handle, all the handles are aluminum. It feels almost like steel. It's very hard feeling, so it's a really strong aluminum, and they're fairly thick. Obviously, part of it they have to recess in the actual mechanism to deploy the knife, but there are some more beefier, robust handle scales. I do like the stylization on the pivot. It's kind of like that Russian star motif, and it says Kalishnikov and some other word on there. I can't really tell. Whatever. I don't know. Somebody could probably comment below what it says. So it has these raised bumps, almost like the lacing on a football. Your fingers kind of fit between there, and then it has this rougher kind of texturing, actually kind of like a football. It's almost like leather. So I don't know. Maybe it was inspired by a football. American football, that is. The pocket clip is really nice. It is a deep carry single position, so it's right side tip up only, but it's very long, and it's really nicely deep carried, and it slides in there, and it holds in well. Longer pocket clips tend to hold the knife in pocket a little bit better, because it sinks it down deeper, and it compresses it, the cloth against the knife deeper, so you have a longer way to go before you'll actually lose the knife. So that's really nice. So there you have it. There's that. Let's do some comparisons now. Now I only got one other push button auto at the moment, and that is the Benchmade Casbah. Absolutely love this knife. So we'll set that. Oh, we got a hair there. There. Boom. Then I have some spring assist. We have the Kershaw Camber. Really great knife. Incredibly underrated. And then we have the Kershaw Blur in BDZ1, and we'll just throw in the Spyderco Tenacious. As you can see, it's about 3.5 inches for the blade length. Camber's just a hair shorter. The Casbah is about there as well, and all the other knives are comparable as far as blade lengths go. Handle wise, it actually looks like the Kalishnikov has a slightly shorter handle than the rest and matches up more with the Camber, which is pretty neat. So for a little bit longer blade but a shorter handle, it really keeps the size compact. Looking at the blade thickness, looks about the same. Handle thickness, though, the Kalishnikov might be a slight bit thicker. Once again, underrated knife. Check out the eye in the upper right-hand corner for a review of this one. Casbah, looks like the blade stock is about the same. Handle thickness, looks like the Casbah might be a hair thicker, if not the same. Awesome knife. Blade thickness looks about the same. Handle thickness looks like the Kershaw is a little bit thinner. And then the Spyderco blade, looks like the blade's slightly thicker on the Spyderco and the handle is thinner. So there's that comparison. Pretty sweet. The last one we got for this awesome classic little push button is the ugly brown glove test. Tell you right now, the choils in the handle actually fit a hand pretty well. My hand, I have a large size hand, so it's a little snug squeezing into that, but it's okay. The jimping on the blade actually locks the glove in a lot better than the jimping on the scales. So I'm glad that they have that, and it's locked in pretty well. So boom, feels okay there. The handle is a little slick even with the texturing, but those larger ridges actually hold the fingers in a lot better for sliding in and out. But when I lock that thumb in, it's solid. So luckily they have that jimping. As far as pushing the button, it's easy enough to find and easy enough to push. So I guess honestly it passes. I wouldn't say it's the best just because the paint job or whatever is still a little bit smooth, but that jimping really saved it. So I'd give it a 75%. So pass, 75%. Nice job, Boker. So there you have it, guys. This is the Boker Kalishnikov in the desert sand variant. Check out all the variations. You're probably going to find one you like. And if you're looking for a first push button auto, you'll really like this one, especially for the price, around $40 at a basic variation. The only other thing I could say is if you're nervous about push button autos, you might want to find one with a lock, just like the Benchmade Casbah. It has a lock so it won't accidentally deploy. So that's the only thing, and I prefer that just as a peace of mind for myself. But if not, this still the button's recessed enough that it's less likely to accidentally deploy. But very good knife. Check it out. Check out the eye in the upper right hand corner to links to some of the other knife reviews and my videos and unboxings. Please click the red subscribe button down there if you like my video and give me a thumbs up. So like, comment, and subscribe. And other than that, thank you, and I'll see you outside.